already, then what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Sunny here, bringing you guys another Neverwinter video, guys. And in today's video, I have finally pieced together my Healadin build. We are mod 11B, and without further ado, let's just jump straight into this. Now, this isn't 100% complete by any means necessary, but I do have the right idea and a path that you want to achieve if you do want to go maybe a straight Healadin. For me, this is just a loadout with this new feature. So my main kind of build that I prefer to use is a tanking build. Not to say that I don't mind the Healadin way, but I'm just set up more for the tanking build. So without further ado, like I said, let's jump into it. Now the gear, you know, it's kind of what you can get at your item level, right? You know, if you can get the Vivified set, then hands down, you can get it. If you can get the new Masterwork gear, get it. But if you can't, then pretty much get gear. The Dust set, the Dragonflight is still pretty good, you know. The Deep Night is awesome. I love it. 50,000 hit points. You get this from the Throne, I believe. And then the Head in the Chest, if you can find something with power recovery, would be pretty sweet. For the Manheen and offhand, I went with the Phase Shield. With the weapon enchantment, I went with the Vorpal. You can use kind of whatever you want. It's just kind of how much AD are you willing to spend. Now, I know that's kind of just up to you. You know, if you can afford the Lightning, it'd probably be your best bet. If you can afford the Plague Fire, the Terror for the debuff, that's also really well. I don't have an armor enchantment at the moment. I'm on that budget life. I actually traded away for a couple of things. But you can use the Elven Battle, the Negation, the Shadow Clod. If you do slip and forge, it's pretty nice. Utility slots, it doesn't matter. You know, Darks, I use Quartermasters and Dragon Horrors, but that's just strictly for refinement. In terms of the offense and defense locks, I would still strictly stack Radiant for pure power and pure hit points. Just for the fact is, we're still going to be using the courage feature, which is amazing. For the rings, like I said, it's kind of whatever you can get your hands on. Everybody's going to be able to get the same stuff. Everybody has different lucks. The only thing you might be able to get the same as me is the gear, but maybe you just have terrible lucks with +5 rings, so you're not going to be able to achieve these. So whatever rings you can get, preferably ones with power, recovery, stuff like that. Defense and deflection are not good for this build. I do have the Valhalla set, and that is just to help with my tanking. You can use the Tiamat set, probably would be more ideal for the outgoing healing, but this build, you know, it's pretty tanky, but I just want to be even that more tankier kind of deal, because a lot of times you'll see a lot of Healadins, man, they're way far back, you know, they're sitting there doing this. This is what they do, in the distance. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? This is what they literally do. I'm just like, what are you doing? That's not how you play them. You got to be able to get close up and beat the shit out of them. Okay, that's what you're going to have to do. So, having that Valhalla set helps with that. We have the Sigil of the Devotic, AP gain, no brainer. Sigil Fighter for the hit power, and then the Eind for the hit points, armor, pen, and defense. We have the Greater Everfrost Chaincoat and the Greater Everfrost Pants for that set bonus, as well as the kind of increase in the defensive stats. Like I said, we want to be even that much more tankier. We want to be able to be in the middle of battle. 4v stats, there you can go. All my points into Constitution and Charisma. Let's get this guy to stop hitting real quick. And then, as that's on a cooldown, we'll start with the powers. I never change or leave you. It's Wisdom. If you're running with another pally, you can switch to Restoration if you need that extra going healing. You can use Truth, Vengeance. It just kind of depends on what group you're running with. Usually I run with these two though. Courage and Wisdom. For your left and right trigger, we got the O Strike for the increase in healing, and then the Cure Wards just for that, you know, a case of emergency type deal. Very rarely do I spam this though. I won't. For your at wills, we got Smite, Bound of Virtue, sorry, and Vow. These two never leave. Vow and Bound of Virtue leave. Smite gets switched for Burning Light depending on the situation. If I am in a boss fight, I will use Smite. If I'm dealing with ads, I'll use Burning Light. Bound to Virtue, if you're doing solo, I guess you can take it off, but even then, it's a pretty good thing to keep you alive. But if you really wanted to, I guess you can use like another DPS move just to get through quicker. Circle of Power would be pretty cool as well because that increases your DPS. So I mean, there's a couple things you can switch it out, but when you're running dungeons or raids or anything like that, raids by I mean like demo and stuff like that, this will not change. So now I'm going to show you guys my stats. Standing here, we got 26k crit, armor pen, recovery. You can see my recovery is kind of low, but that's just because with the Healadin build, more allies you have by you, the more recovery you have. My defense is pretty, it's at a decent point. It's at enough to where it's enough to survive pretty well. My hit points, those are focused, 232. That plays, like I said, into the courage. For the feats, here we go. I'm just going to run through these pretty quickly. Nothing major. You know, like I said, we are going to be able to do a little bit of DPS with this build as well, because we still want to be able to run through our dailies, kill the enemies as well. So here we go. Just, you know, just copy it. You know, you can read them yourself. Both Justice and Light, like the bubble build, not the bubble build, different. But we don't go full Light just for the fact that lose out on a lot of DPS, but at the same time, I really don't think you need that much healing. That's just too much kind of overkill, I guess you can kind of say. And with the Justice Pass, it does have some pretty nice feats that also help with the healing. The Beacon of Hope, the Radiant Champion, Flash of Light, reduced cooldowns for us and our allies. So that's a buff in its own right there. The Swift Flash, Gift of Life, heal for 10% more. Right here, this is where you get all your from, and as well as this one. Where is it though? Where is it? It's where the hell is it? I know it's somewhere. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I don't see it. No, it's right here. Okay, so our recovery is actually not that hot. I did not actually take defeat where it's just too far in the light category. That was actually my fault though. So yeah, let's get back out my companion here. For the boons, let's move it on. Gonna run through these pretty quickly. We got boon, got his boon, and we have the movement mount speed bonus. Sharandar, just going straight across, and then the top one, Dread Ring, pretty much power, regen, resistance ignored, rampaging madness. Icewind Dale, I still don't have all my boons done. I'm just really lazy on them. I don't know when I'll finish them. Probably when the double currencies come back for these, which they are coming up soon. I did finish Sharandar, as you can see if you've seen my previous build. I did not have Sharandar completed, but now I do. Icewind Dale, I'd probably take the cool result and Winter's Bounty. For the Underdark, I would take regen, and then probably 10% more damage against demons. Tyranny, I would definitely do the regen and the increased incoming healing, which helps you, as well as crit severity. I would probably pick. For the Maze Engine, just straight across, pretty much. For the Elemental Evil, we just got a couple points in the power, regen, recovery, and more recovery. Storm King's Thunder, 3 across, 1 below, and I would do probably Healing Wounds. No, Chill of Winter. This is when healing allies, you have a chance to end up 5 enemies near the target. That's like no damage, 6,000. This is more damage. And then for this one, of course, we got the 500 recovery. I would definitely take the 2% crit strike severity. And then I would definitely take the Aurora of Hope. And when I would go, when you land a crit, your stamina regens. No. Probably do the Aberrant Power just to help out with our DPS aspect. For the companions, hands down, Card Artist, one of my favorite. 3 rings, you can't beat it. This is where we get a lot of our recovery from, as well as our crit and defense. I do have the Owlbear. Um, he's a nice buff because we are not at 100% crit strike. So whenever we don't crit on an encounter, we do that just much more power. Well, we do a 50% of equal to your power. The Energon for the HP boost, the Lilin for that much more healing, and it is legendary, so I do keep it just for the 15% bonus. And then the Air Icon to increase our DPS. Like I said, the Healadin is not my main build, so if you wanted, you could use the let me see real quick. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong one. I think it's the, where the hell is it? The Polar Bear. The Polar Bear right here. 5% outgoing healing. If you really want to be your healing in your main and only build kind of thing, then definitely want the Bear Club. You can switch out the Energon for the Rust Monster, you know, so it doesn't matter. For your mount bonuses, we got Protector's Camaraderie, Artifact Persuasion, Magistrate's Patience, Gladiator's Guile, and Wanderer's Fortune. When I do get my legendary mount, I probably will be switching out Gladiator's Guile. Just for his moving fast is nice, but that mount bonus just is even better. But I think that's pretty much everything there. If I missed something, just let me know down in the comments below if you do have any questions. I know I kind of sped through and I did up a little bit, but hopefully you guys get the idea. Like I said, this is kind of just one of my loadouts. It does a job in terms of DPSing and buffing and stuff, but maybe I'm not 100% accurate on this. Like I said, this is more just my secondary in terms of primary type class. It does get the job done, and it is something that is a goal for any item level player. But that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Smash that subscribe button. And until the next time, peace out.